Welcome to our first video. In this video, I will cover the operation of the Galaxy tablet that we will have for operation of the MarkSet bots and general race management starting this season. This tablet can be used on both the Dinsey as well as on the Rib or the Whaler. If you're using the tablet on the Dinsey, when you get aboard, you will find the tablet down below to the left of the companionway on the counter. You will get the tablet, you will bring it topside and place it into the tablet holder that will be mounted to the Dinsey dashboard. Recommend that you mount the tablet in portrait view, long side vertical, with the stylus at the top. This works best given the north-south orientation of the bay when we're using the MarkSet Bot app. Once you get it installed in the holder, you will connect the USB cable, which goes in the connector on the bottom of the tablet. And then you will hit either the home button, which is the center of the three buttons on the left side of the screen, or the power button on the upper right side of the case of the tablet that will bring you to this screen. If you're using the Rib or the Whaler for either etchels or single-handed, there will be a grab rail mounted tablet holder on the Rib that can be removed and moved to the Whaler or to a personal boat if you're using that. There won't be any power connection on those boats, but the battery life is fine, so don't worry about that. The tablet is water resistant, so if it's raining, it's not a major issue. The tablet should hold up fine. The goal with this tablet and the home screen, when you hit the power button or the home button, it'll bring you to this home screen. The goal is to have everything you need to run a race and nothing more here. I'll quickly cover some navigation details in terms of the tablet. As I mentioned, on the left side of the screen, there's three buttons. The center button is the home button. That brings you back to this screen no matter where you are or what's going on. It's kind of like the AP flag. If you're ever in trouble, just hit the home button and it'll get you back here. The top button is the apps button. That button will, if you push that, will display all of the open apps. If you want to get to an app that's already open, you can go here. And if you need to close apps, you can either just swipe up like so, or you can hit the close all button to close all apps, and that will bring you back to the home screen. The bottom button is the back button. If you're in an app and you want to back up, you hit that button. So let's move to what's on this tablet. So first and foremost, you can see in the center is a GPS time clock. This clock can and should be used for all your race-related timekeeping. In the tablet, the icons are laid out kind of in four quadrants. The upper left is our communications quadrant. The upper right is our navigation quadrant. Lower right is our reference quadrant, and lower left is our weather quadrant. So in the upper left, you'll see a Gmail icon. We've created a Gmail account for the Dinsey. We will use this account for communicating any information that the race officer of the day should have, whether it's problems with the Dinsey, weather-related issues, updates to any of the race documents, anything that you need to know that we need to communicate will be in an email in this account. So come here, check it. If there's something there, read it. If not, hit the back button or the home button to go back to the main screen. Upper right, we've got a Navionics boating app, electronic charts. If you've never used these, it's a really nifty app, and it can be very helpful, particularly in terms of determining the depth of the water in which you're attempting to anchor or other navigational needs you might have. So that's the Navionics app. The next app, which will go into a lot of detail in subsequent videos, is the MarkSet Bot app itself. Hit that. As you can see, like I said, given the north-south orientation of the bay, setting up in portrait mode works better than landscape mode. Hit home to go back to the home screen. So in the lower right, we've got our reference library, if you will. So we've got the U.S. Sailing Digital Racing Rules of Sailing, digital rule book, very nifty, all the details of everything that's in the rule book with a lot of other helpful links to Dave Perry explanation of the rules, etc. So anytime, if you don't want to use the hard copy rule book, you've got this here to play with. We've got a link that goes to the LCYC website where all of the course documents, NORs, SIs, protest forms, anything you might need, but all the stuff same stuff that's on the website, or it is the website. There's also a Google Drive link that goes to a folder that has all of the race management type documents, including cheat sheets, the PRO manual, Dale's course length tables, light air guidelines. There'll be some documents here relative to kind of user guides for operation of the tablet, operation of the MarkSet Bot app, etc. So those will all be here under that link. The left-hand quadrant is our weather quadrant. I've got the NOAA marine forecast, of which everyone's familiar. I've got the WPTZ radar, which if you haven't used it, it's a really nice animated radar app that shows you both history and projected future movement. So it's really handy for trying to determine if you're going to get hit or missed by any thunderstorms that are in the area. And then finally, there's a lightning app that will show you real-time lightning strikes. If you blow it up, it will actually give you, real-time specific individual lightning strikes. So that's pretty nice when we're dealing with thunderstorms. If anyone's got better weather apps, let me know. I'm happy to exchange these for something better if somebody's got them. And finally, at the bottom, this Saturn-like looking thing is just it's a web browser. So anything you need to get to on the internet, there you go. If you swipe left on this home screen, you'll come to the second home screen. The most important thing on this second home screen is there will be a list of the user IDs and passwords for the key accounts that are used on this tablet, the Gmail account, the MarkSet Bot app, and the Navionics boating app. These apps should always be logged into, but if for some reason you get there and you find that they've been logged out of and you need to get into them, particularly the MarkSet Bot app, just swipe here and the user ID and password will be here. And at the bottom, if you get in deep trouble and need some help, you'll find my cell number. Finally, I'll just talk a little bit about communications. This tablet has a cell connection, but it's a data-only plan, so it cannot be used for calls or text. It uses the data to both communicate with the bots, as well as provide internet data connection. So if you need to call or text, you're going to need to use your own phone. You can't not send or receive calls or texts on this device. This device also has Wi-Fi. It will be connected when in range to the LCYC Wi-Fi, and when it's out of range, it will automatically switch over to the cellular network for its data connection. So you should always have a live data connection, either Wi-Fi or cell. That's about it for the tablet. Stay tuned for follow-on videos that go into more detail of the MarkSet Bot and other apps that we might be using this summer. Thanks.